Hey everyone, how many times in life have you found yourself looking at someone else and thinking, why can't I be like them? This kind of comparison often leaves us feeling down and unhappy. In today's super fast-paced world, with apps like TikTok and Instagram constantly showing us a curated version of other people's lives, this habit has become more common than ever. So, this story is for anyone who feels unsatisfied with their life and thinks the grass is always greener on the other side. While you listen, we'll also pick up some new words along the way. So, get comfortable and listen carefully all the way to the end. One day, a crow was flying around and decided to rest on a tree branch. While he was sitting there, he spotted a beautiful swan swimming in a nearby pond. The swan's feathers were brilliant, pure white, and a group of villagers had gathered just to admire its beauty. The crow, filled with curiosity, flew a little closer to get a better look at the swan. But as soon as the villagers saw the crow, they started waving their hands, shooing him away. The crow thought to himself, maybe they're afraid I'll make the place dirty. Feeling sad and a bit dejected, the crow flew to another branch. But once again, the villagers didn't want him around and drove him away. The crow felt deeply hurt. He watched how people adored the swan for its stunning feathers, but nobody seemed to like him at all. With a heavy heart, the crow left the village behind and flew deep into a quiet forest. He perched on a tree branch and began to cry. He said to himself, "People hate me because of my black feathers. If only I had white feathers like the swan, I'd be happy too." Just then, an old, wise crow happened to be passing by. He saw the young crow crying and asked, "Why are you so sad, young one?" The crow replied, "I hate my black feathers. They're so ugly, and nobody likes me." The old crow just smiled and said, "If you could look like any bird in the world, which one would you choose?" Without hesitation, the young crow answered, "I want to look like the swan. Everyone admires it." The old crow nodded and said, "There's a magical spring deep in this forest. If you bathe in its waters with a pure heart, you can change how you look. But before you do that, why don't you go ask the swan if it's truly as happy as you think?" The young crow thought that was a good idea, so he agreed and flew back to the pond. He approached the swan and said, "Dear swan, you must be the happiest bird in the entire village. Your white feathers are so beautiful, and everyone loves you. Tell me, are you happy?" The swan looked down sadly and replied, "Thank you for your kind words. My feathers may be beautiful, but I am not happy. People keep me as a pet, which means I can't live freely. When I get old, they might even use me for my meat. I live in constant fear, not knowing if I'll still be alive tomorrow." The crow was absolutely shocked. "Then, who do you think's the happiest bird?" he asked. The swan thought for a moment and said, "I think parrots are the happiest. Their colorful feathers are even more beautiful than my plain white ones, and people don't eat them." So, the crow thanked the swan and flew off to find a parrot. After searching for a little while, he found one sitting on a branch. The crow said, "Dear parrot, your colorful feathers are so lovely. You must be the happiest bird around." The parrot sighed deeply and said, "My feathers are pretty. That's true. But because of them, people catch me and put me in cages. I spend my entire life locked up, always feeling scared." The crow's heart sank even further. He asked, "Then who do you think is the happiest bird?" The parrot replied, "The peacock. It must be the happiest. People admire its beautiful feathers, and they give it a huge, special cage to live in." Determined to find the happiest bird, the crow flew to a local zoo to meet a peacock. He saw it spreading its magnificent, colorful tail feathers, while a crowd of visitors admired it in awe. The crow approached and said, "Dear peacock, you are so incredibly beautiful. Your feathers are simply amazing. You must be the happiest bird in the whole world." The peacock looked at the crow and said, "No, my friend, I am not happy. People take my feathers and sell them. It's painful when they pluck them out, and it happens over and over again. I wish I could live freely like you. No one bothers you, and you can go wherever you want." Hearing this, the crow was completely surprised. He realized he had been taking his own freedom for granted the entire time. The crow thanked the peacock and flew back to find the old, wise crow. He said, "I don't want to be anyone else. I'm happy to be a crow." This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Everyone has their own struggles, even if we can't see them. Comparing ourselves to others only leads to unhappiness. Instead, we should practice gratitude and be thankful for what we have. Remember, you are unique, and no one can be a better version of you than yourself. If this story helped you learn a new lesson or maybe a few new words, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next story, where we'll continue learning together. Thanks for watching.